Yeah, I got to
So
follow up. I see your T-shirt. I got to follow up on the info on Barefoot stuff, which is interesting. I was aware, some people like to run barefoot, and I wouldn't go that far, but I think there really is something there to maybe developing. I need to go more fully into your most recent article about the benefits. Probably, some of it might be sort of neural or something at some level there that you're actually using more muscles and engaging between your muscle tendons, ligaments, and your nervous system.
yeah, well, I mean, if you like, let's bring the example back to like a strength training example, because it's a bit more obvious and straightforward in a deadlift scenario, right? So you know what a deadlift is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're pulling the barbell off the floor. When your hands connect to the bar and you start to pull a heavy weight, if your grip strength, the proprioception of your hands, so when your grip strength sends a message to your brain that your grip is not going to be strong enough to hold on to the bar, you won't be able to pull that bar off the floor, because basically there's a reflex in your nervous system that's like your hands are telling your body, like, we can't handle this load, and it will shut down. And so you can't pull that weight off the ground. Now, if you put some chalk on your hands, you will be stronger, because the chalk increases your grip a little bit. It sends a slightly different proprioceptive message to your brain. And then now the weight that you couldn't pull off the floor, now you can get it started off the floor because your grip strength went up. So your grip strength went up, your whole systemically, your strength goes up, because the message that gets sent to your central nervous system from the grip. Now apply the same logic to your feet. So if you're wearing like a soft, cushy shoe 24/7, that reduces the proprioceptive signals that are being sent to the central nervous system from your feet. And so you're going to be systemically weaker because of that lack of feedback. It's not just about the feet. Mm-hmm. It's about the system globally. Again, because of those proprioceptive signals that are being sent back and forth, from the feet. So like another way of looking at it could be that, you could say that like your core starts with the feet, or that like your strength and power starts with your feet, right? And it's just the same exact logic as like what I was talking about with that barbell example, is that if the brain or the central nervous system isn't getting the correct signals from the feet, it's going to shut down your ability to produce power.
You have to be like more deeply connected to the earth.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be necessarily like, really like woo woo. It's just a matter of like I've been talking about in these lessons for the last like 6 months or whatever, about pressure and tension, right? So like in that article that I just sent out in my email about the 4 different type of mechanoreceptors in the bottom of the feet and the different role that they play. So it's all just about, proprioception in the nervous system. So if you can connect to the ground more effectively, you will be stronger and you will be able to produce more power, because it's always as the ground is the base, right? So whenever, in a martial arts context, we have an opponent, we have a partner. So we have a point of contact that we need to be able to apply force against. But how do we generate force? We need that second point. So like in Yi Lu Chun, we talk about the concept of 2 to 1, right? As 2 points of contact unified as one. So, excuse me, it's always the point of contact with the partner or the opponent. And the other point is always going to be the ground. It's always going to be the floor. So like I said, if you can connect to the ground more effectively, you will be able to produce more power. Now, one of the things that, or like one of the arguments that people will make is that, well, if I'm if I'm out on the street, right, if I'm going to get into an altercation on the street,
You can't choose your footwear at that time.
I'm going to be wearing shoes, right? So I should train how I'm going to fight. Now, my position is that if you train barefoot most of the time and you improve the function of your feet, like it's just like if you went around in a pair of boxing gloves 24/7, it's use it or lose it, right? So you're going to lose a lot of the strength and dexterity in your hands by wearing like a heavy glove all the time. If you train your grip strength, you're going to have strong hands, and then those same hands would be stronger in a pair of gloves. So my contention is the same thing, that like you train barefoot, improve the function of your foot, and a better functioning foot is still going to be able to connect better to the ground in a pair of shoes than it would be that same foot would be untrained.